we're going to talk about this conspiracy theory about the San Francisco 49ers because we love conspiracy theories. They're always fun to talk about, whether they're true or not. But this one has gained a little traction, and it's kind of surprising, honestly. But they do have, well, I think I read, the most injuries since 2017.
Yep.
Is that correct?
The NFL record, 2,036 games missed, 23 ACL tears in the last 10 years.
That, I mean, you know, it's hard to ignore. That's hard to ignore. Hearing that, and then
the team we're talking about, if anybody hasn't caught on, is the 49ers. And it's just not the 49ers. What do you always hear about that stadium they play in? A lot of teams complain about the field surface and stuff like that. Well, is it the field surface, or is it this little mystery we're about to talk about that might have an effect in it?
Man, listen, this year, I mean, you are right. If you think about the last couple of years with the 49ers, consistently, they're not only losing they're losing big time players along with role players. It's not like it's just, backup here or there, or maybe one or two starters. It's what this year they've lost Bosa, they just lost Kittle. McCaffrey always deals with injuries. Brock Purdy's been hurt. Trent Williams has been hurt.
Fred Warner, I mean,
Ayuk
last year, yep.
Pearsall, which he gets hurt a lot anyway. But is there any merit to this?
Very well could be.
A lot of people think so. Joe Feliciano, who played for him and retired, he's kind of the first one that kind of floated this theory around jokingly that, the reason why there's so many injuries is because their practice facility and their home stadium is right next to a electrical substation that produces and lets off a lot of electromagnetic field rays. I mean, and it's dangerous.
Listen, we're using words in this conspiracy theory that I'm going to mess up too. So
yeah.
Don't feel bad. We're going to get roasted in the comments, I'm sure.
That's somebody will say we said something wrong, or we don't know how to read.
That's fine.
Call us a clown for whatever. I mean, hey,
that's fine. Cool. Hey, bring the hate. But right here, okay, this is just Google AI. The theory suggests that low frequency electromagnetic fields from a PG&E substation located in the 49ers practice facility, Levi Stadium, weaken players' connective tissues over time, leading to frequent soft tissue injuries and tendon ruptures. Okay. And there's a lot more detailed stuff that goes in, but where this kind of originates from is I think it's this guy, right? Peter Cohen.
Is he the one that originally? He's following. He's kind of a reporter on Twitter and stuff that's posting out there. He said this is he calls it a real life world study. I mean, world case study, because he's like, hey, it's happening. It's been happening since they moved there. I mean,
so and this is his Substack. This is personal Substack here, but basically he's saying since the 2014 move to Levi Stadium, they have consistently ranked among the league leaders in adjusted games lost, a metric that quantifies the impact of injuries to starters and key players, often placing in the bottom third for health, including dead last in catastrophic years like 2020 and 2024, where their injury burden far exceeded the league average of around 75 adjusted games lost. Okay. They have also suffered far more full Achilles and patellar tendon ruptures than league average, along with recurrent grade 3 hamstring and calf tears, high ankles injuries, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now here's that map you were. Oh wait, I'm not even sharing this. You guys, you let me read this thing. This is his Substack right here. Okay, and this is what I just read. Now this is the map that we're talking about. Explain this map. Have you looked at this extensively?
Yeah. So that's Levi Stadium, and then the fields next to it is their practice field. Well, as you could tell right there, the gray area, that's the substation. That's an electrical substation right there. I mean, so. Every day, they're being exposed to these rays in this field. They're right there. I mean, I tend to believe that there's something to this, because there is bad luck that goes in injuries, but when you compare their injuries to the rest of the NFL. I mean, the Chiefs have played almost 2 extra seasons of playoff games or a full extra season playoff game. This is the first year that they had to deal with some major injuries. I mean, the Eagles, same thing. They've made deep runs. They haven't really dealt with a lot of injury. I mean, the Niners, it's year in and year out. I mean, like you said, CMC is constantly dealt with hamstrings. Constantly. I mean, but with the Niners, it seems like a big player left and right. Just boom, boom.
It's actually pretty amazing that they've still been able to sustain the success with all these injuries. Honestly, I didn't
shows,
think. I didn't think it'd be as far. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be as far as they are now. But what were you gonna say?
It just shows how good of a coach Kyle Shanahan is.
Oh, he's good, man. He's good. Now they're getting to the point now where the players are joking. Look at that. Hope you all have a great night. God bless y'all. Go Hawks. Let's go. I mean, I have the Seahawks too. We'll talk about that later, but let's just get that out there. I mean, I think Seahawks going to handle business, but we're getting players talking about it now. And it's funny how conspiracy theories happen too, because sometimes there's some people that just believe every single thing they hear. Then there's the people who don't believe anything, any kind of conspiracy theory. How many players do you think are kind of like, man, there might be something to this now? Is there any talk about that?
Well, if I'm Nick Bosa, it's in my mind. I mean, how many injuries is that guy going to?
He's had 2 ACLs.
Yeah,
Kendrick Bourne joked about it this last week after they talking about the injuries with George Kittle, and he kind of joked.
You look at the injuries with Trent Williams and George Kittle, and I mean, for crying out loud, he's not been there all year. But Brandon Ayuk, I mean, you could go on there. The list is a mile long when you start jotting them down. Just this year alone, I don't even know how they're in the playoffs with the amount of injuries they've had. But when you hear something like this, you're like, whatever. But then when you actually stop and think about it, be like, okay, we're not just talking about this year. We're talking about, just go back the last 3 to 5 years. I mean, hands down, more injuries on the 49ers than any other team in the NFL. And it's not even close.
Yeah, 2,036 games missed since 2017, NFL record. And like I said, when you explain what this magnetic field does and it weakens it, those are the type of injuries they're having. It's not a broken leg. It's not a shoulder injury that gets torn out of place or concussions. It's those soft tissue injuries, those tendon injuries. Those are the ones that they're having. I mean, Kittle just tore his Achilles. I mean, he's probably done for the whole year next year. I mean,
I'm gonna put a link to the Substack in the comments here if anybody wants to go back and look at this, because it like they said, it gets real detailed. I mean, you're talking, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, you can go down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all this information this guy's put together. He's citing things. He did it the right way. So, holy cow!
I find it hard to believe that they've just been having this much bad luck, because I think every year's besides 2023, they've been in the bottom, like top 5 of total injuries or something like that.
Well, I mean, obviously you're going to have some bad luck. I mean, there are things that's going to happen, freak injuries, whatever. But I mean, this is on a consistent basis. Every year they're losing a big guy to, like the soft tissue injury and the ligament, the tendon issues, and I mean, it's not just a sprain or whatever. I mean, you're talking full ruptures, tears, whatever, lengthy injuries, and it's gotten to the point now where it's almost, like you said, players are joking about it. Players are making comments and whatever, because somebody brings this up. But, at some point, there's got to be a reason. I mean, could you say, oh, well, maybe it's a turf or the surface or whatever, but not, I mean, let's be honest. You can't be the only one in the NFL with that type of surface, field that you're playing on. Everybody, I mean, the NFL mandates and there's rules and regulations as to what you can and can't have. So, I mean, it's not like you can just go out and put whatever you want in. So it's crazy. This is the only thing that separate, having this electromagnetic field and substation next to the stadium is the only thing that separates them from any other team in the NFL.
Yeah. So if we're going to we're going to bring this article up here, and it says Bay Area doctor shoots down baseless claim the 49ers injuries are caused by EMF from Substation. And basically he's saying that, this was a self-proclaimed researcher on social media. And he said, I can actually understand if people are getting injured, looking around at different variables, making jokes and saying what could be happening. Is one of his quotes. And he said, what a wild headline and claim. Somebody actually sent this to me earlier this morning. There are some laboratory studies that have shown that high levels of acute exposure to electromagnetic fields might cause some cellular damage. But guess what? This isn't a lab setting. You cannot look at lab data and then make a claim that's happening in real human activity in real time. That's a massive leap. So they're shooting it down. Now, we could go many different directions with this, because this is not the only time that somebody comes up with a theory, and then some doctors, if there's not enough research on it, they kind of shoot it down, and then it could be real in the future, or it could just be just that, a claim. But if I'm asking you guys right now, if you think this is real, and you can kind of be on the fence too, you can be a percentage. If you think maybe not fully 100%, but maybe a little bit, what do you guys say?
I'm about half 50-50, because I'm like I was thinking, okay, maybe their medical staff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they're just not doing good. Maybe their strength training program or something. But then I started going down this rabbit hole, like you said, of this thing and looking on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're having the same type of injuries over and over and over. Like the medical staff hasn't been fired. They haven't. Like if Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers thought their medical staff was awful, they would have got a whole new staff. I mean, so I'm tend to lately lean towards like, yeah, this probably has something to do with it. I mean, it's just too many injuries and just a weird coincidence that, like, I mean, usually when there's smoke, there's usually fire.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, no, I'm probably a little less on the fence on that. Probably 30-70 something. I'm almost on the to the point where yes, there's something there that's causing it, but I'm not one to just absolutely just jump to something like this. Well, once you start reading it, it's kind of hard not to take some of that into account. It's just, man, it's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a conspiracy theorist at all, and so I would be even lower than you, John. I think if there's anything to it, I'm about a 10% of a believer, but there has to be something. I mean, is it something inside of their system? Is it something inside of their how they do things? Maybe it's their playing surface on their. I don't know. But that team is getting hammered with injuries. So I don't know.